Sound resumed.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hockey Question Mark, the game. Oh, yeah. By by default, we have Dialoriax with me. Hello, Dialoriax.
How's it going?
Swag. So, what are you expecting here tonight?
I have to say I'm expecting a win by Boston here. Um, you know, Washington only has 4 players that made it, and one of them happens to be the KS Stu Walton. So I think they're gonna have a hard time offensively, as I don't think Stu, Tim, and Noob are going to be able to put up enough goals to compete with Iskin, Notlet, and Milan. But any given Sunday, as they say in football.
Yep, it's a fair assessment, except we're on a Thursday, and I have like this. I planned ahead. I did all my homework to be able to cast this game, but I forgot problem number 38. So, I'm hoping for a snowstorm tomorrow, because that would be great. I mean, snow, please. That being said, we have a game here. Do you want to do the lineups?
Yes, so we have Stu Walton in net, actually. He's not skating as I expected he would. Tim Barron on defense, Tluers on wing, and Noob on center for Washington. And on the opposite side, the blue team, Boston, we have PK Paching holding down the fort in net, not led on defense, with Iskin on wing and Milan on center, and a shot that almost goes in off
Yeah,
the post.
that deflected off the post. Yeah,
Here's
Fish is
Jarvin.
Milan here.
Jarvin joins. I expect him to take over Stu Walton's spot. Maybe not this period, but at some point soon. I expect him to be in the game. That might
That's
be enough for them to put up a better show if they've got T skating forward. But
I don't know. I think Boston has a remarkable team here. Undefeated in the preseason. They have Milan, Iskin, and not led, who would make the starting lineup of any team, and of course PK Paching, who was second ranked for the Big V Memorial Trophy. Big V is now back in the league as a defenseman for Montreal. Now,
yes,
the winner is Sammy. Sammy has problems showing up to games, and by that I mean he has some classes on Tuesday and Thursday, I believe,
yes.
that prevent him from playing. So,
I think he's gonna make some of them. I mean, he made some of them in the playoffs for us. But of course, playoffs different than the regular season, so it might depend on how well the team is doing, whether or not he tries to get on during class, and whether or not he thinks they need him.
yeah.
So
What team is he on?
What's up?
And now we got a goal.
It's a glitch goal.
Yeah, it's a glitch goal. A goal.
Good shot by Iskin there, but yeah.
Who is it that the? Who cares?
It
We don't
was
track
Iskin
stats.
that took the initial shot. So,
Nice.
it was him who got the puck back, and nice of Washington to let him score the goal. It was actually a good change for Washington. Let Jarvin get in there.
Yeah. So it's who is KS Sweat? Is that Sweaty?
That is Sweaty Goals, yes.
Oh, good.
Who I believe is hoping to go in the RSL draft tonight.
We'll see.
I know a couple players on that list, namely Dauphin has taken himself out of consideration for the RSL draft, I believe. So I haven't heard anything different since then. So there will be free agents left over and whatnot, and we might end up making an 8th team out of the free agents, kind of how we did with free agents last season in the RSL.
That would make sense.
Heads up, fills out that league, and then gives those free agents a chance to still play and kind of prove what they're worth. So
Dolphin didn't. What happened with Dolphin? I heard he lost the Tickleback.
Yeah, he was in a 1v1 with Ticklebox, and was down 16-0 at one point.
Yeah. So, so he's basically quitting the RSL.
He didn't want to be put in the RSL, or he didn't want to have to play in the RSL.
Oh, I see.
So I think he's hoping to just stay on the free agent list and just get picked up at some point soon.
All right.
However, I don't think he's considering the fact that if he gets drafted through the RSL, all he has to do is play the RSL for the first week, and then he can be taken out of one of those two RSL spots,
Yeah.
and will be allowed to be moved up to like a full-time roster. But then again, if he's a free agent, someone can just pick him up. It's just a matter of having to cut someone. So
Yeah.
I expect that at least Dolphin, possibly Sweaty too, at some point during the season, as more and more people, have attendance issues and whatnot, we'll see a couple of those players being picked up off free agents or
Yeah.
free agency, especially since trading will be a lot harder this season,
Yeah.
given the fact that you can't trade picks, which I
Yeah.
know have been used as sort of the equalizer in a lot of these trades the first couple seasons. So
Yeah.
I
That's a good assessment. Um,
yeah.
I would also like to point out that technically your assessment of the RSL of Dolphin having to play an RSL game is technically incorrect, since he could be reconsidered at the end of this week, which would make it that he wouldn't even play an RSL game.
I think we had set it up as the people drafted this week are like by default your RSL players going into next week, and that your
Oh,
top
going into
eight
next week.
are,
Okay.
yeah, going into the first week of the season, and that
All
you're,
right.
because the first week of RSL isn't until next week. So
Okay, I
I
get it.
mean, if that becomes a big deal, we can change that. But we'll be, after today, once we have like the full rosters of every team, we'll be going around and sort of explaining to each of the teams what they're going to need to do to state who's going to fill what positions and whatnot. Ooh, what a nice try by Tluers there on a pass
Hello.
from Noob. Some good offensive pressure by Washington, something that they really haven't been able to do a whole lot this game. What a beautiful shot
Go.
by Milan.
Milan with the full ice shot. Yeah, I've seen some good play this game. I'm actually fairly satisfied with how it's going.
Yeah,
I've got I've got my money's worth, and that being absolutely nothing since I don't pay for this. Although I should probably get paid, but I don't. Val, please.
this well, word on the street is that you're going to be supplying the league with Dogecoin, and we're going to hand it out to each of the GMs
Oh, that's
for
cool.
salary purposes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, but you won't get any of it back.
Oh,
So,
okay, I get it.
yeah,
That's cool.
we know you have you
That's an interesting
stockpiled
rumor.
some Doge. So
Uh, that would be technically incorrect. I
there
do.
there
I
have
no
there
longer
have
do
been,
have stockpiles
there's a
in
chance
those.
by Tim and off the
Uh,
crossbar. Anyway,
Tim misses the net again.
there has actually been legitimate talks about doing the whole salary idea or the bidding thing, the bidding system for a full reset of a season, and there is some talks about using Dogecoin for the sake of keeping a legitimate currency that we could keep track of.
Yeah, that would
Um,
be actually pretty good. We
but
could.
I don't know. I don't think we're gonna go through with that, as that would be quite complicated to get going, and then changes in GMs and whatnot would make things quite difficult. So
Yeah,
plus trades and who takes on like contracts and what. I mean, once you get into that, like it's quite a lot more than we bargained for.
yeah.
Anyway, halfway through this game, Boston's still holding a 2-0 lead on two good goals by both Milan or Fish, sorry, and Iskin. Iskin scoring his goal on Stu Walton in the first, and
Oh,
Milan
what a
scoring
pass!
his goal a couple
What a
minutes ago.
pass! Missed by Iskin on the way back, but here's a fuck up, and I don't know who to take it. It's at center ice. It's Fish. Fish with a shot. Yeah, that
It's
goes.
a great pass there by Milan to Iskin. Iskin just couldn't quite control it.
Yeah. Did you know that Apple really fucked their customers though?
Apparently, according to the chat.
Yep. It's very important not to get fucked up the ass.
Here's Tim. Oh, almost makes the game 2-1. I
Almost.
noticed something interesting from Tim there. He deked back the opposite way this time.
Wow.
Instead of just going to the left every time, he deked over to the right.
Wow. Maybe Tim is considering other options. And goal. Goal. It's Fish.
Jarvin spending too much time trying to swat up in the air when the puck bounced off the crossbar. I mean, obviously, hard to react that quickly, but just gotta get your stick down there. Take it easy, calm it down. I notice a lot of goalies and defensemen, especially, tend to swat around at the puck a lot, swing their stick a lot, and that's usually when the mistakes happen because you're flailing around, you can miss hit it, you whiff it, and then you're not in a position to make a play. So looks like what happened there. Although it was a good shot by I think Milan, took that initial shot, and Iskin cleaned up the garbage.
Yep. And now we have a no. Actually, that was Iskin at first, and then Milan cleaned out the garbage.
Oh, okay, all right.
So we have a puck play here, brought to you by PizzaPet.com. PizzaPet.com. $5 pizzas if you enter the code 111 PizzaPet. And now we have Iskin in the corner. Iskin being harassed by Tim.
Noticing some pinching up here by Tluers on defense. Almost let Milan get behind him.
Tluers is known for cherry picking at times, so that's not very surprising. And now a shot that is saved by Jarvan.
They almost make him pay for that bad defensive positioning there right at the end of the period, but nonetheless, we go into the third, 3-0.
Yep. So that's going go.
Yeah, this Boston team's looking pretty strong. I mean, they've got their starting four anyway are quite high caliber. Although I think some personality character issues are gonna happen personally.
You mean like Boston becoming a drama team? Hashtag Dallas all over again.
I could see things not going well for a game, and then tempers flare, people get angry with each other, and I don't want to say that they're a volatile.
Whoa! What a pass!
It was a good attempt, but yeah, I don't see their personalities mixing very well. I think there's going to be a lot of butting heads and of things of the sort. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, if they can keep it together, they're going to be a scary team. I'd say a top 3 team. Definitely a top 4 team. I'll be surprised if this team doesn't make the playoffs.
I'd be surprised even if they don't keep it together if they would miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean,
the team's too talented on the ice.
Yes. So we have working around and tickle bag listening me non-stop during the middle of a stream, and we all say tickle please. And now that's that's not led passing to the goalie. He hesitated for a bit there, but anyway, it worked out in the end as Iskin takes the puck and works to pass it up. And we have working around. We have not led with a shot. Bounces off the thing, and Tim is now kicked. What happened? Do we have a commentary on what happened here? Hashtag drama. Cal, please.
Sorry, I'm making sure I clear the kick. It appears that Tim and Sweaty both share the same internet. So when Sweaty gets kicked, I suppose it kicks everyone else on that same connection, which is interesting. But,
yeah, I do believe it's an IP ban.
I think Sweaty deserved the kick there, so I don't regret anything.
And you shouldn't. Now with the baboosh. Yes, I'd reckon you'd do it again, as would I, and probably everybody else. Now, you actually have some kind of a breakaway, but PK Piching coming out of his season as the best defenseman or the best goalie, in my opinion. But and now it's a great post hit. Wow. And we have 2 minutes left. Boston's up by 3. Last year's champions Washington being basically like the problems you suggested with offense in this game. I think you were spot on looking at the score here.
Yeah, I think you take away Otto from Washington, and they've still got some good players.
And now there's puck chasing and a pass and a attempted baseball swing to hit the puck, but it didn't work out. No, not let dumps it in. Back behind the net, it's Tim picking it up. Tim here, deking going forward. Tim shoots. Tim misses. There we have.
I think this kind of proves that Tim's form of defense works well if the team is ahead. I don't think Washington is a team that plays from behind very well. And I think you're seeing that here because I think the pressure starts to get to them when they're forced to score goals. And I know Tim in particular gets rather conscious about that and starts trying really hard to make plays, and that's when problems arise.
That's a fairly accurate
Oh.
conclusion as we have a 2-0 breakaway. And here, goal! On goal! Jarvan goal! Jarvan with the tip. Goal!
And it looks like Washington is going to fall 4-0.
GG. Timberette looking for the responsible party here. Probably rising up a storm in the TS.
Oh, I'm sure.
As we wish our viewers a good next game, and the GGs come out. We'll see you at the next game, which I believe Tluers will cast. Right?
Yeah, double check with him. He said he thinks he can, so we just want to make sure.
All right.